So in this video, I'm going to quickly show you how to install the MQTT Mosquitto broker in version 2.0 point something on a Windows PC. So if you want to test some MQTT connectivity, be it from a POC, industrial edge device, or maybe for a generic purpose of some home IoT, this would give you a nice place to experiment with MQTT, see how you set it up, send the data, test the connectivity. So we're going to install the MQTT broker. We're going to first configure it to allow anonymous access so that anyone can connect to it. And then we're going to create a user so that only authorized users can access the broker. And maybe in the next video, I'm going to also set up some certificates. Okay, so the first thing, let's go and find ourselves the Mosquitto broker. There you go. There was actually a direct download link here. That's fine. So it's 2.0.15 that we'll be installing. I'm installing this on Windows 10. So if you're running Windows 11, I imagine this might be completely different. This is Windows 10 21H1, I think, a fresh install. So there you go, Mosquitto is now installed. So how do we set it up? If you go to wherever you installed it, I'm not very patient, am I? Yeah, so I installed it here, program files, and then Mosquitto. You have a number of files. The most important for Mosquitto broker is the Mosquitto conf file, and it basically has all the configuration. So what you need is you need to make it listen on a specific port. Then if you want it not to be using password, you need to also allow anonymous access, yeah? But first thing I would say you should do is you should try if you can even ping this machine. So what is this machine's IP address? Yeah, there are many ways you can check it. I'm just gonna do IP config all with PowerShell. So as you can see, I'm running on 192.168.50.235. Yeah, this is my IP address. And if I go to my other machine and just do ping 192.168.50.235, I get nothing. Yeah, and this is because it's a fresh new Windows setup. So I need to go to my firewall and make sure that I allow replies to pings. So advanced settings, inbound rules, new rule, predefined. And here it is, I think it was file, yeah, file and printer sharing. There you go. And then here we need the echo request for IPv4, allow the connection. And now if we try pinging in, this works. Yeah, so this is the first step of troubleshooting. I prove, okay, yeah, connectivity works. My network is set up correctly. So from the other machine that I want to maybe send data to my MQTT broker, I can actually access this machine. Yeah, so this is quite important. Then in terms of the Mosquitto, let's go back to our Mosquitto conf file and let's look for listener. Next. There you go. So you have a description here what this means, but long story short, if you uncomment this and just say listener 1883, this means it's going to listen on port 1883 on any IP address of this machine, because you can also tie it to a specific IP address, as you can see. Yeah, we can save this. We need to go to admin mode. This should be fine. But even if you set it like this, by default, Mosquitto now in this version 2.0 something will not allow you anonymous access. So if you look here, let's set this to true. So an anonymous user can access this. And now if we go back to PowerShell, let's do net stop Mosquitto to stop. Okay, it's not started even. Net start Mosquitto to start our service. Yeah, so this now started. And now we will try to use a generic MQTT client to connect to our broker. So I'm using MQTT Explorer. You can just find it, just Google it. MQTT test. What was it? 192.168.235, I think. 1883. No username and password. Anonymous access should work. Yeah, connect. Nothing happens. Why does it not work? Again, it will be the Windows firewall. So if we go back to where we were, inbound rules, new rule, port. What port are we using? We're using 1883. Yeah, if you're using something else, just specify it. Next, allow the connection. It's fine. I'm gonna call it MQTT, this rule. Finish. And as you can see, it connected me. Yeah, so now if I try again, it connects me straight over. If I try to maybe publish some data on a topic test, I'm gonna set test to 53, publish it. There you go. I have a new topic test with the value of 53. So everything works. Yeah, happy days. We set our MQTT broker in what, 5 minutes maybe? Quite quick. But now, you know, this isn't really ideal. If you're thinking about a proper use case where maybe you're storing some crucial data here, maybe you're sending data from a POC to your broker, you would really want to be using at least a username and password, if not encrypted. So to enable username and password, we need to basically go back here and set allow anonymous to false. But then how do we actually set the password? So this is what these password files are for. There is an example here installed by default. Why can I drag and drop? So this is how it looks like. Yeah, it will have users and then their passwords, but how do you add them? So the way to do it, or at least the way I know of, yeah, we go to program files, and then we go to Mosquitto. Yeah, we have all our files here, and now we can call the Mosquitto, what was it, password exe file with C. Then we need to point it to the file. So this file doesn't exist. You can't just create it here by doing something like this. So maybe ni password. Yeah, it's going to create us the password file, or you can just create it here yourself, either way. And yeah, now we go to this Mosquitto password exe. Yeah. Minus C, then we need to point it to our file. So our file is in this directory and it's called passwd. And now what user do we want to create? So we need to give it the username. I'm going to just call it semantic. It asks us for the password. I'm gonna put my password in. And if you go back here to check your file, you should see that the file was created and there you have the hashed password. Yeah, so we have the username, we have this, we have also set this to allow anonymous false. Yeah, we should be fine, I think. Oh, there's one more thing that we need to do. We need to actually point it to the password file. So to tell it, where is the password file? So if you scroll back here to password file, we just need to define it. So C, program files, Mosquitto, not Mosquitto conf, password. Yeah, this is what I called it. Should be fine. And now if we again do netstop Mosquitto, and then we start it again. Yeah, the service was started now. We can go back here. As you can see, we're already kicked out. If we try to connect without the user, nothing happens. But if I provide my new username and password, oh no. Let's see. There you go. I must have mistyped it. And again, you know, we publish it. It's here. So there you go. We installed the Mosquitto broker on Windows 10. We first tried it with just anonymous access, and then we disabled anonymous access. and we created our first user, gave it a password, and we also set the Windows firewall to accept incoming connections on the port that we are using for the broker, and also to accept the ping. If you are happy that this works, you maybe don't need the ping, you can go back and disable it, or maybe you never enabled it in the first place. Now, in terms of the service, I'm pretty sure that Mosquitto starts up by default. So next time you restart it, it should be running. There you go, Mosquitto broker running, and startup time is automatic. If you want, you can change it. Yeah, any questions, just put them in the comments below. Thanks and bye.